So this is my take on Psalm 78, a contemplation by Asaph. People, listen to me. Open your ears to me. I will speak in stories. I will speak mysteries our fathers told us. We will not hide them from our children, but tell of the praises of Yahweh to the coming generations. We will tell of his strength and his wonders. He has spoken to Jacob and given his law to Israel. The law he commanded to our ancestors, the law they taught to their children, so that future generations should know and they may tell their children, so that they would trust God and never forget his works and keep his commands, unlike their rebellious fathers, a hard-hearted people who had an unfaithful spirit. Fully equipped and trained, the gunmen turned back in the heat of battle. They forgot the agreement they had with God. They forgot his deeds. They forgot his miracles. Their fathers saw his wonders in Egypt. He divided the sea and they walked through. He set the waters in a heap. He led them by the cloud by day, by the fire at night. He split rocks. He gave them water. Streams came from rock. It flowed down like rivers. But they carried on sinning, they carried on rebelling, they tested God, they asked for different food, saying, "Can God prepare a banquet in the desert? He gave us water from a rock, but can he give bread? Can he provide meat for his people?" Yahweh heard, he was outraged. A fire was lit against Jacob, and his anger burned against Israel because they didn't believe. They didn't trust that he could save. Yet he opened the doors of heaven. He rained manna to eat, the food of heaven. They ate the food of angels abundantly. He caused the wind to blow easterly and southerly, and meat rained down on them like the grains of sand under their feet. But he let them fall in their camp, in their homes. They ate to the full. He gave them what they asked. But with the meat still in their mouth, God's anger burned. The strongest fell. He humbled their best men. But they just carried on sinning. They didn't believe his wonders, so their days were cut short in terror. But when he slayed them, they sought him. They returned. They sought God seriously. They remembered he was their rock, that he was their redeemer. But it was a lie. Their hearts went astray. They didn't keep their side of the bargain, but he forgave. He didn't destroy them. He held back his anger. He remembered they were just men, a wind blown away. So often they rebelled in the wilderness. They grieved him in the desert. Over and over they provoked him and hurt him. They didn't remember his power. The day of their deliverance, the signs in Egypt, the wonders, the rivers turned to blood, the flies, the frogs, the grasshoppers, the locusts, the hailstones, the frost, the hailstones, the bolts of lightning, his burning anger, his fury, his indignation, his trouble, his destroying angels. He made a way for his anger. He didn't spare a soul. He gave them over to plague. He smote the firstborn in Egypt. He smote the sign of their manhood. But he shepherded his people, his flock. He guided them so they did not fear. But the sea drowned their enemies. So he led them to the Holy Land, to the beautiful hills. He drove out nations. He measured out their inheritance. His people camped in tents. Yet they still provoked God. They didn't keep his laws. They turned back treacherously. They turned aside from the way. They provoked him with pagan rituals. They provoked him with idols. But when God saw, anger filled him. He abhorred Israel. He abandoned his tent in Shiloh. He gave up his strength. He gave his glory to the enemy. He gave his people to the sword. He was angry with them. Fire devoured youths. The young women had no weddings. The priests were killed. The widows couldn't even weep. Then the master awoke. Like a warrior uninhibited by alcohol, he drove the enemies back to everlasting reproach. But he rejected the tribes of Joseph, Manasseh, and Ephraim, and he chose Judah. He chose Zion. He built his temple high in Jerusalem, like the earth he created. He chose David, taking him from the tending the sheep, from caring for ewes and lambs, to tend for God's sheep, to tend for Israel his inheritance. He shepherded them with integrity. He led them with his skillful hand.